Sheng Shao, you never thought this day would come. He was an alpha, proud and strong. Someone who always stood tall above everyone else. But that night, in his office, everything changed. His body betrayed him in the most humiliating way possible. Heat. The burning rush inside him came out of nowhere, spreading so fast that he could barely breathe. His chest rose and fell. His skin burned, and he clutched the edge of the desk as if it could save him from falling apart. For a man who built his whole life on control, this was torture. He couldn't think. He couldn't hide. He couldn't stop the ache that clawed at him, demanding more, demanding release. And just when he thought it couldn't get any worse, Hua Yong walked in. Hua Yong didn't look surprised. He didn't look worried. He stood in the doorway like he had been waiting for this very moment, his eyes sharp, his lips curling into that knowing smile that Sheng hated so much. The sight made Sheng's chest tighten even more. His heart pounded so fast, it felt like it would break. Of all the people in the world, why did it have to be him? Why did Hua Yong have to see him like this, sweating, trembling, helpless? Sheng wanted to scream at him to leave, but the words stuck in his throat. His voice wouldn't come out, his body wouldn't obey, and the fire inside him only grew stronger with Hua Yong so close. Hua Yong's steps were slow, calm, but Hua Yong only came closer. His scent hit him like a wave, thick and overwhelming, filling every corner of the room until Sheng's knees nearly gave out. It wasn't the scent of a normal alpha. It was stronger, heavier, addictive in a way that made his chest rise and fall even faster. His body leaned forward before his mind even realized it. His instincts were screaming one thing. He needed Hua Yong. Hua Yong tilted Sheng's face up with just 2 fingers, forcing him to look into those dark, unreadable eyes. His touch was gentle, but his presence was heavy, suffocating. "You can't fight it, Sheng Xiaoyu," Hua Yong whispered. "Not tonight. Not against me." The words broke something inside Sheng. His last bit of resistance shattered like glass. His heat surged higher, pulling him under until he couldn't breathe without Hua Yong near. It was humiliating. He had always prided himself on being untouchable, yet now he was trembling in front of the one man he swore he would never submit to. His lips parted, but instead of words, only ragged breaths escaped. His body was begging for Hua Yong, and Hua Yong knew it. Then Hua Yong leaned close, his lips brushing Sheng's ear as he whispered the final push. "Let me claim you. Only I can take this pain away." Sheng's body gave in. He hated it, but he couldn't stop it. The heat burned so strong that the shame didn't matter anymore. He let Hua Yong touch him, hold him, kiss him, and the storm inside him found its release. Hours blurred together in a haze of fire and surrender. Hua Yong never let go, never stopped. He claimed Sheng again and again, until the night belonged only to them. Sheng lost count of how many times he gasped Hua Yong's name, lost in a cycle of heat and relief. Every touch from Hua Yong was a reminder that he wasn't free anymore. Hua Yong didn't just satisfy his body, he carved himself deep into Sheng's soul. It wasn't just lust, it was possession. Every kiss, every embrace, every moment made it clearer. Hua Yong wanted all of him, and he wasn't going to let anyone else have even a piece. By the time dawn crept through the curtains, Sheng's body was spent. His skin burned, his pride lay shattered on the floor, and yet he couldn't move away from Hua Yong. He hated himself for it. He hated Hua Yong for seeing him so weak, but he couldn't deny the truth. He had needed him all night, and Hua Yong had been the only one strong enough to carry him through it. Lying in Hua Yong's arms, Sheng's heart twisted painfully. He wanted to escape, to pretend this never happened. But Hua Yong's hand was already resting firmly on his back, possessive, steady, unshakable. "You're mine now," Hua Yong whispered, his voice calm but filled with certainty. Sheng wanted to deny it, to spit back that he belonged to no one, but his body betrayed him again. His lips didn't move, his voice didn't rise, because somewhere deep inside, under all the shame and fear, he knew the truth. Last night, Hua Yong had claimed him completely, and no matter how hard he tried, he could never take it back. Sheng had thought the night would finally calm after the storm inside his body, but he was wrong. Hua Yong was not finished. The moment Sheng tried to push him away and catch his breath, Hua Yong pulled him close again, whispering against his ear, his voice low and magnetic. "You think one night is enough for me? No, Sheng. You are mine. And I'll prove it again and again, until you never forget." The words sent shivers down Sheng's spine, not just from the heat but from the way they pierced through his heart. He wanted to deny it, to tell Hua Yong to stop, but his body betrayed him. The ache inside him, the fire that refused to fade, made him cling helplessly to Hua Yong, unable to let go even when his pride screamed at him to resist. Every time Sheng thought he was about to collapse, Hua Yong found a way to pull him back, to make his body tremble and his voice break with need. The room was filled with the sound of their heavy breaths, the rustle of sheets, and the low murmurs of Hua Yong calling his name. Sheng had never experienced such intensity before. He had been with Omegas before, yes, but never like this. Hua Yong had broken every wall he built around himself, leaving him bare, vulnerable, and desperate. Sheng could no longer tell if it was the heat controlling him or Hua Yong's manipulative presence, but he knew one thing for certain. He could not escape. The hours dragged into the deep of night, then into dawn, yet Hua Yong's passion showed no sign of ending. Sheng's body ached. His voice had grown hoarse, and his skin burned with fever, but still Hua Yong claimed him with relentless hunger. "Look at you," Hua Yong whispered when Sheng could barely open his eyes. "You pretend you don't want me, but your body clings to me like you've been waiting for this your entire life." Sheng hated how true those words felt. His pride told him he should fight back, but his trembling hands gripped Hua Yong tighter each time, betraying his hidden longing. It was humiliating, intoxicating, and addictive all at once. By the time morning light seeped through the curtains, Sheng could barely move. His body was weak, drained, but his heart beat wildly, as if refusing to calm. Hua Yong brushed his hair away from his face, looking down at him with a gaze so full of possession it made Sheng shudder. "From tonight onward, you belong to me," Hua Yong declared firmly. "No one else will ever touch you. No one else will ever hear you like this. You're mine, Sheng Xiaoyu. Say it." Sheng turned his head away, refusing to give him the satisfaction, but Hua Yong only smirked, leaning down to kiss the mark he had left on Sheng's neck. "You don't need to say it now. Your body already told me everything." Lying there, Sheng felt torn apart. Part of him wanted to scream at Hua Yong for being so shameless, so manipulative, for forcing him into a night that spun out of control. But another part, a darker and more dangerous part of him, couldn't deny the truth. The craving still lingered in his veins, the memory of Hua Yong's hands and voice refusing to fade. He hated how much he wanted more, how much he longed to hear Hua Yong's low whispers again. That desire terrified him more than anything else. For years, he had only ever cared about Omegas. Yet here he was, tangled in Hua Yong's arms, unable to walk away, unable to forget the way he had been claimed. The silence of morning was heavy. Sheng could feel the weight of reality pressing down on him, reminding him that he had crossed a line he could never uncross. Hua Yong's arm was draped around him possessively, as if daring him to even try escaping. Sheng stared at the ceiling, his mind spinning. What am I now? What did he do to me? Why can't I push him away? The questions haunted him, and yet no answer came. All he knew was that his world had changed, and there was no going back. Hua Yong, on the other hand, seemed completely satisfied. He looked at Sheng like a man who had finally taken what he had been waiting for all his life, and in truth, he had. Hua Yong had loved Sheng for more than 15 years, watching, waiting, manipulating, and now, finally. Sheng was in his arms, marked by his touch, drowning in his presence, unable to run. Hua Yong knew he had won. He didn't need Sheng to confess it out loud, because the way Sheng's body clung to him all night was enough. But Sheng wasn't Hua Yong's victory yet. Deep down, Sheng's heart was still resisting, still struggling, still fighting against the chains Hua Yong had wrapped around him. Even as exhaustion pulled at his body, even as Hua Yong's warmth surrounded him. Sheng silently vowed that this night would not control him. He would not give in completely. He would not let Hua Yong own him so easily. Yet, the trembling of his hands and the ache in his body told a different story. He had already given Hua Yong too much, maybe more than he could ever take back. As dawn turned into morning, Hua Yong finally loosened his grip, brushing a soft kiss against Sheng's temple before whispering, "Rest, you'll need your strength, because this is only the beginning." Those words echoed in Sheng's mind long after Hua Yong closed his eyes. Only the beginning. If one night had already broken him this much, what would happen if Hua Yong truly decided never to let him go? The thought both terrified and thrilled him, leaving him lying awake in silence, torn between fear and forbidden desire.